Howdy. Okay, there's a like, but there's no one watching. Cool. Um, well, I guess I'll just start talking. So I was tempted to make this a How You Like Me Now, but like, I feel like I can't really speak my mind looking like this because the whole focus is just gonna be on like, finish wash day first, Seth. Hey, Tim. Hey, Tay and Cookies. But I don't know. Hey, Angel, I might just like speak my mind here and then delete and then like upload a more polished version, maybe with some facts. I don't know. But yeah, hey, Soraya. I'm just. K pop fandom is so. I am good. Thank you for asking, Soraya. I didn't get Monster X tickets. That was fun. I almost got P1 tickets, but then like it just in the middle of payment, it was just like bloop, 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 boop. Hey Justin. Hey LDML. But yeah, I don't know because I literally went to Shiny in Chicago on Mother's Day, so I'm not. Okay, hey Lauren. I'm probably not the best person to ask because I would totally go on Mother's Day because like she's your mom. Like you're always gonna like. Do we really need Mother's Day? Like I love you every day. So like, but NCT doesn't come here every day. So I don't know. But that's my relationship with my mom, and I'm an only child, so we spend a lot of time together. But I could see how like if y'all really don't spend a whole lot of time together normally, it would be kind of like, okay, child, abandon me if you want. My bias is Jaehan. Well, Jaehan's my husband. Mark Lee's my firstborn child. Donghyuk is my golden child. Jisung's my baby nephew. And then Taeyong is my best friend. I sound absolutely. But yeah. I'm literally. Hi, Sina. Okay. But yeah. Operation buy merch so that I can afford to pay my bills after buying all these tickets. I'm I don't know, I'm revising a bunch because like I made them in the theme and it was like close enough to my idea, but now that I know how to work the program, the like vector based graphics theme, I'm like, why don't I just make my idea? But I'm I'm honestly going to sue if we get no longer and fly away with me, but we don't get knocked on. that's when we'll actually have to fight. Like, we'll actually have to fight, and I'm ready to do it. I don't care. I did not pay $300 to hear Fly Away With Me, period. But Fly Away With Me in addition to No Longer, but then No Knock On. What they should have done is have a 127 version of Boss. Because, like, you have all the essential members, except Lucas, but, like, girl, we love you, but hey, Michaela. But I hope that's what they do for the international slash non-Korean, non-Japan dates. Shout out Hong Kong, but, like, I don't care if they didn't do it for you. I just want them to do it for me. Run Back to You. I hope they're not performing that. Because, like, it's cute, but, like, we're NCT stands, not SM Rookie stands. No offense. But, like, I try to avoid, hey, Daniel, I try to avoid looking at set lists so that I can, like, enjoy the experience. And now that I'm going to, like, multiple stops, it's like, I don't want it to be stale by the time I'm, like, actually there for the first time at the very least. So I try to avoid looking at stuff. I do not care for Mad City, TBH. I mean, what's it called? Wavy has TikToks to make, okay? They're very busy promoting their non-debut. Um, this is an angle. They should perform the whole Cherry Bomb mini album live, like they should have done in 2017 for the Summer 127 Fan Meet World Tour. But that's neither here nor there. I think Baby Don't Like It is, like, definitely part of the. Yeah, I think Baby Don't Like It and Whiplash are definitely part of the set list. So at least they got that right. But I need them to, like, do better. I know, but, like, I need SM to think bigger, or label V, whatever, whatever. Cena, does Wavy have their own songs? Can we start there? Okay, so I haven't looked at the set list. Is Back to You on the set list? Because that's the one song they need to do in Hotland. Like, how can you have a whole Chitlin circuit and you don't have a song that takes us to church? Like, not one. It's just not right. One thing I don't like about this graphics editor, whatever, is for text, it doesn't have, like, most recently used blah, 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 blah. It is Daniel, thank you. So I literally have to, like, remember the name of each text, each font, which is trash. Hey, Brit Brit. She no longer needs me. 너의 원할수록. Okay, so I need your opinion and I need y'all to pinky promise. Morgan, you're canceled. I need to hear honorary black man Teo go off. Okay, but we do! We do! We do! We do. Like, we just do. Like, I mean, it's already an injustice that their discography is so anemic when it comes to songs that truly showcase the vocals within the group. But then we don't perform the one song that had like a sprinkling of seasoning. Absolutely not. Yaksak gay. I don't know what that means. Okay, so here is the grand design that I'm going to court over if I see it anywhere else on the World Wide Web, because I'm so ingenious and I'm so creative. Like, it's obviously just me. I'm okay, so like I bought the tickets and then I was just like, I literally have no money. I literally need to beg for food on the streets of Houston. And by streets of Houston, I mean my parents' house. But like still, it's just like I have no money. And then I saw the little snippets of Hechan. I saw the snippets of Hechan finally on stage with the rest of them, and I was like, I'm going to see Lee Dong-hyuk! Dong-hyuk! Peter Lee live in living color. And I'm re-excited all over again. Like, that's why I go into my whole Jaehyun's my husband, Mark is my firstborn, Haechan's my golden child spiel whenever someone asks who my bias is, because I'm low key like I'm like this much more excited to see Donghyuk and Mark than I am to see my actual bias. So like not really, but like I don't even know how to articulate it, but like really I'm just like I'm super excited to see Haechan. And I'm excited to see the rest of them too. And I'm excited to see Jaehyun, but like it's different. Cause Haechan's different. But that's neither here nor there. So yeah. Okay, are we ready for the first reveal? Okay, actually, let me not. Let me stop. Let me. Ooh, watch me. Watch me. Ooh, watch me. Watch me. Ooh, 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 ooh. Now watch me whip. Then watch me nay nay. Now watch me whip, whip. Watch me nay nay. Watch me whip. Then watch me nay nay. Watch me whip, whip. Watch me nay nay. Darling. Darling. Okay, I just messed that up. Cool, whatever. I need someone I nominate Utah for crop top in the US. All the dates. NCT is absolutely coming to Europe. They're absolutely coming to Latin America. And that's just the facts, Jack. Do, 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 do. Oh, this is a hot, hot mess. Just kidding. La 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 la. Let's just let's just chill for a minute. Girl, I want to know. Oh, I had to block. I literally had to block or mute, whatever it's called. Justin, I think JYP is the only big three that does. I mean, let's be real. SM didn't even come to the US before, so like, I don't know why we're acting brand new. Like, oh, there's no benefits. Ooh, girl, you're lucky you're getting a concert. Okay, the whole Sunmi situation. I want to do a How You Like Me Now on it, but like, I look like this, so like, I'm not ready for that. But too long didn't read. She's not wrong. I mean, she was implying some falsehoods, but like her opinion or her perception isn't wrong. It's 100% valid because it's her perception. But lol at people. Hi NSA block. I don't like her. I'm the whole like, oh, she's lived K-pop for the past however many years, and it's like she literally wasn't even in Wonder Girls whenever Wonder Girls made K-pop accessible to me as some random person in Texas, because they were literally the only K-pop act that came to Texas. So I'm not sure how involved or not involved she was in JYP or like entertainment or K-pop idol work at that time, but the facts are she wasn't in Wonder Girls when Wonder Girls did the most significant thing as far as proselytizing K-pop within the US, as far as I'm concerned. To me, the most important thing that they did was do concerts throughout the United States. And she wasn't a part of that, which is no fault of her own, but like, but she did open up for the Jonas Brothers, which is also important as well. Cause that was literally the only other like significant-ish population of K-pop fans whenever I got into K-pop. Everyone else got into K-pop through anime via BoA and or TVXQ. So yeah, and those are the fans who started. And like really the Wonder Girls concert is super important to me personally. And like I guess that shapes my perspective because that was kind of the first time US fans throughout the country had the opportunity to like organize as K-pop fans like in real life and like actually participate in K-pop because I feel like participation slash involvement is a huge part of K-pop that before that point international fans had no access to, and like US fans were even lucky because we at least had LA, because like if there was an international K-pop anything it was probably going to be in LA, if you were lucky New York. So okay, and I got into K-pop like 2009 2009, but like really I got into K-pop 2010, around when Wonder Girls went on tour, because it was actually something that got me involved and got me connected with other K-pop fans, because it was no longer just something that like I kind of watch on YouTube sometimes. It became okay, there are other people who are into it, they live in Texas as well, blah, 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 blah. All of that kind. Yeah, that was my first. Was that my first concert, period? I guess that was my first concert without my parents. And I was 16. Yeah. That was my first concert without my parents. But it was Wonder Girls, and 2 p.m. opened up for them, and it was Be Okay. No, not Be Okay. It was Without You era 2 p.m. with the all black with the like the glare like trim theme. It was glorious. It was absolutely glorious. I loved it. And I know for me, as someone who was just kind of vaguely aware of K-pop, that really like tuned me into like the sort of, I guess to me it's important because like when you talk about BTS, you can't talk about BTS without talking about ARMY. And like that was, I guess, the beginnings or like the tangible beginnings of that sort of fan organization within the US, if that makes sense. So I don't care about where they ranked in Billboard. I don't care about any of that stuff. I don't care that they flopped. And I'm not saying that they didn't flop. They did flop. But the flops are just as important as the successes because I don't know if this is insight, but no one seems to bring it up. BTS has never attempted the Japan strategy of being BTS in English with the US market ever. Also, another fact, I'm not stating my opinion, I'm just stating facts. Every like big Korean artist who has attempted to has flopped slash failed. And BTS debuted after all of those flops. So they were moving with that prior knowledge. They didn't have to go through that themselves. They were, I guess, standing on the shoulders of those flops because failures as well as successes teach you lessons. So they didn't have to learn that lesson through their own volition or their own actions. That's what we're talking about paving the way. Because it's not just, oh, these people were really big and then you leached off of them and now you're really big too. That is, I guess that is kind of one way to perceive or interpret paving the way. But there's so many ways that people can lay groundwork to where you already know not to even put any energy into translating things into English. You know to just get yourself in the US, get a translator and be yourself in a very accessible way for US fans, and people will be endeared to you. And that's something that does work for the US market. And that's something that the biggest people who were attempting to break the US did not do for the most part. And then on the flip side, in Japan, BTS never releases strictly Korean music in Japan. When they are releasing stuff as BTS in Japan officially, it's in Japanese. And another fact that goes with that is that has been proven successful for going on 20 years by Korean popular music artists. They experience a lot of success when they, yes, be themselves, but they do it in Japanese. And that's just that on that. That's not saying they're biting anyone or all of their success is strictly or solely due to anyone else. That's just stating facts. They came after the fact of a lot of stuff happening and they could put 2 and 2 together or 1 and 2 together or 5 and 6 together. So exactly, Daniel, infrastructure, like girl, just because you're the one who made a highway doesn't mean the people who made a dirt road didn't do anything, or you aren't benefiting from that dirt road, or you aren't benefiting from the people whose bridge collapsed. You know, okay, so we need to be more careful and more precise with our measurements whenever we go in to make our bridge. What, Sina? So yeah, I think so like with the interview specifically, it was just really weird because the interviewer made their statements very carefully and very tactfully, and she put BTS into the narrative, which is her prerogative and is, again, like I said, 100% valid. There's no reason to hate on her because BTS is the catalyst for this current era of growth that we're experiencing. But like I told one of my friends on Twitter, when people are talking about second gen needs to be credited for growth or being predecessors or paving the way, blah, 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 we're not saying they did what BTS is doing right now before them. We're saying they are the bridge between first gen and BTS right now. So, like I was saying to my one friend, growth is based on where you're coming from. So to compare second gen to what people are doing now that's considered growth doesn't really make any sense. Because really, what we're saying is Wonder Girls, who were huge, but with their US activity, they did decrease their popularity within Korea, but within the K pop niche as a whole. But they were still able to hold a US wide, like covering every major region of the US in a tour. Yes, it was just House of Blues. Yes, it wasn't big. Yes, it wasn't necessarily sold out. But like they were still able to do that without being the absolute biggest K-pop act ever. And I asked like, okay, was it at HOT's prime when they were the biggest thing in K-pop with the biggest fandom, the biggest reach? If you knew anything about K-pop, you knew about HOT in the 90s. Would they have been able to do what the Wonder Girls did in 2010? My assumption, I wasn't there because I know there were non-Asian, non-Korean fans of K-pop even back in first gen. But they wouldn't have been able to do that because of the growth that K-pop experienced between the first gen and then Wonder Girls 2010, which a huge part of that, in my opinion, from my just random observation, is the like big Japanese pop culture theme that happened in the late 90s, early 2000s here in the US. Because like I said, a bunch, like the bulk of K-pop fans for second gen got in through anime. Because guess what? In the US, we literally had a whole block of Cartoon Network, of our main like cartoon channel dedicated to Japanese cartoon shows, which I guess is hard to appreciate the significance of now because people don't watch TV the way they used to. But it's like if K-pop had the same equivalent, it would literally be like 2 hours each day devoted strictly to Korean pop music on MTV during prime time. Like that's essentially what Japanese pop culture had. And one of the biggest shows that I always heard about from my older cousins, Inuyasha, had either a closing or an opening by BoA. So like even my cousin, who was mostly just a gamer but like a borderline weeaboo, he told me about BoA when I was like this big. So like I remember hearing about BoA, I remember hearing about Rain, I remember at least seeing TVXQ in like Vietnamese hair salons or something. Like they made more of a presence for people who didn't have like 10,000 Korean friends. Cause like if you talk to a lot of non-Korean, non-Asian K-pop fans from first gen, they say, okay, well, a bunch of my friends listen to HOT or whomever, and that's how I got into K-pop. Cool. But for me, even when I went to like West Virginia in the middle of nowhere, some mine city with like nothing, literally there was one East Asian kid in the entire city or town. The entire town, there was one East Asian kid in the whole place. So, and that's just to say, literally no one knew any Asian people. But there were still Big Bang fans. There were still 21 fans. Like, there was still what's that other group? Double S 501s. Like, because that was connected to anime. Before we had KCON, before people got brave enough to like save up all this money to go to LA for like Korean Music Festival, you would petition to your local anime convention. Can we have a K-pop panel? Can we have a K-pop panel? I know it has nothing to do with Japan, but can we have a K-pop panel? Flash mobs in cosplay to all these Korean songs. Like, that is growth that gets us to the point where a group like BTS can debut and progress so quickly. And then like another, I guess, comparison or paradigm I like to think about, or like I think is useful in understanding where people are coming from by saying other people paved the way for a BTS to happen, is like if BTS formed in 2013 or 2011, whatever time you want to start, in like the Philippines, I feel like they probably would be getting to like blood, sweat, and tears time now, simply because they would have to, there would be a lot more legwork to do in terms of reach and getting people to pay attention to you. Because even right now, a lot of people know the Philippines for having a lot of good singers, but most people don't really think of the Philippines as a place that produces music. So a lot of people who aren't Filipino don't even think of the Philippines as a place to check for pop music, which is the complete opposite of South Korea in 2013. Yes, Gangnam Style, but even before Gangnam Style, SNSD was performing on Letterman. So K-pop was still growing. It's just that I feel like a lot of the biggest companies that would have been positioned to really put themselves out there and really, you know, go on tours and do things to the fullest of their ability or to the fullest of K-pop's ability at the time were very apprehensive. So they held back a lot because like SNSD literally went on Letterman, went on Kelly and Strayhand or whatever it's called, and then they dipped. So like they didn't actually debut, they didn't actually promote. We didn't see if they would live up to the Wonder Girls run or if they would surpass it, which they probably would have if they actually like put in the work. Not put in the work, but you know what I mean. Hey, Devana. Okay. Okay, but how should they be credited now? Like, should there, when they mention all those stuff? No, it's not to like say you have to mention like all those people, because like even just like even to give BTS more credit, like you can literally just say BTS right now, whereas for second gen you have to basically say second gen. But and it's not to say oh, and that's why I said Sunmi's like opinion or perspective is absolutely valid, because like from her perspective, BTS shot K-pop from like here to like all the way over there, and like that's fine. And if you feel BTS paved the way, they did. They are paving a way. They're paving a way for you to consider being considered for a Grammy and stuff like that. Like that's absolutely valid. But it's also valid to say people paved a way for BTS to occur. Because if BTS had to go through the struggle of people even like, first of all, wrapping their head around like Korea making pop music, that would have been a whole other hurdle that they didn't have to go through. They were able to tour the US basically from debut because there was already a niche. And that's actually the really funny thing, because a lot of like people who are super defensive and saying BTS paved the way literally say, okay, before BTS it was like a niche thing, now it's mainstream. There's a lot of work that goes into crafting a niche. Like so that means someone did a whole lot of stuff for there to even be a niche for them to mainstream. And that's not to say they aren't mainstreaming it, and that's not to say mainstreaming something isn't noteworthy, but that's very different from crafting a niche. If they were, like I said, from the Philippines or Malaysia or somewhere, they would have had to craft a niche all over the world, build that niche up to the point where it could now start mainstreaming. That would take so much more time and so many more resources. And Army would have had to work like I said, they would basically be reaching 2016 heights right now, because so much time would have had to be put into building up a niche and then expanding to like start mainstreaming in so many different places. Amari, you're having major flashbacks to what? I mean, I feel like people are rushing ahead to call it mainstream simply because it's new heights for K-pop, but like I guess it depends on how you're looking at it. As far as music, sure, but like as far as like cuz right now to me K-pop feels like a humongous niche. Like comic books. Literally the only movies that get greenlit now are comic book ad- movie adaptations. But that's still a niche just because most people are vaguely aware of the existence of a Captain America or Superwoman, Wonder Woman, all of those things. But actually knowing about this stuff, that's a much smaller population. Still a humongous population, but that's a smaller subset of of the general public who's vaguely aware of like Captain Marvel or whatever. So I think like BTS is getting to that point now as far as a pop culture entity. And like I guess that's what's hey Kitty Bug. Okay, I guess that's what's like annoying is people who don't have the range insisting that oh my gosh everyone is saying that BTS paved the way, BTS paved the way. Meanwhile, these are the same people who will look at me crazy if I say like one word in Korean and it's like girl if you understood K-pop US fandom that would not be shocking at all. Like you literally know, like I guess it's like that same thing. I wouldn't sit here and tell you, okay, this is what this K-pop theme means to Korea and Korean people. I'm not Korean. I don't even speak Korean to even begin to approach thinking I can understand what significance something has to a whole ethnic group with such gusto and such confidence. And I'm not saying like it's the same thing the other way, but like I feel like a lot of people don't understand that you really like it's a whole other ball game. It's a whole other perspective to like actually be able a whole other like perspective is required to actually be able to make like such declarative statements on fandom because then you're just talking about people, you're talking about the random people who made it possible for some random hip-hop boy band whatever minstrel show after school special to have tours literally every year after debut. It was the random niche people who didn't exist who were helping your faves like eat while they flopped. Like those were the people who kept them afloat for you to now discover them. Those were the people who campaigned for everyone to react to them for you to now discover them. Like, that wasn't Big Hit, that was us, essentially. But then, okay, we're talking about reporters need to have more research, but then this reporter does have research. This reporter does know what they're talking about. That's why they said, okay, what's the difference between when you came here first and then now that you're here? And she says it's so much bigger, it's on such a larger scale. And the reporter says, and that's partially like verbatim, and that's partially due to the groundwork laid by you and the Wonder Girls way back when. The reporter did not say Wonder Girls paved the way, BTS should be grateful, blah, blah, blah. Everyone say thank you, Wonder Girls. That's not what the reporter said. The reporter specifically said, and that's partially due to the groundwork, like I was talking about. These fan projects, these fandoms, these US fandoms, organizing specifically for things to do in the US, for campaigns to launch in the US as K-pop fans within the US, not relying on Korean fandoms, taking inspiration, sure, but actually taking responsibility for how this group and how this community is functioning, being perceived, whatever, within the US, on US soil. That groundwork that I was talking about. The interviewer was simply acknowledging that just as like a kudos, shout out to you. That's partially due to work that you participated in. Appreciate, like, I'm just letting you know that we see what you have contributed. You are a valuable person. Like, I don't know. Am I the only person who actually like read the theme? And she said, no, BTS, which, I mean, I guess. And then the reporter literally said, or I guess like, what's her name? Sunmi was saying like, oh, there wasn't a Billboard chart for K-pop and blah, 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 blah. And the reporter said, and that's partially due to the groundwork laid by you and the Wonder Girls when y'all were here way back when. And then she said, no, BTS. And the reporter said, our K-pop Billboard chart started before BTS debuted. So, like, literally, like, K-pop hype, the latest you can say US media K-pop hype started bubbling or started existing is Gangnam Style. That's the absolute deadline for when you can say US media started acknowledging K-pop, which simply isn't true. Because I think Devonna was talking about how randomly some random 2PM fan saw that 2PM like ranked on Billboard, which wasn't intentional. There was no campaign for 2PM to rank on anything. They just saw it in a Billboard magazine. So, and like those are themes, and that's the groundwork. That's literally just the foundation of the grand mansion, the grand skyscraper that BTS is building right now. Okay, I think it was, I forgot what, I think it was Billboard and Sunmi. Billboard interviewed Sunmi. And I think it's absolutely wrong for people to hate on Sunmi because she didn't say anything wrong. It's just, I mean, there are the facts and then there are opinions. And this is one of those cases where both are valid. BTS literally did not start the hype for K-pop. They didn't start anything, but they are invigorating things. They are breathing new life into things. They are reigniting a lot of things. And that's absolutely noteworthy, but that's not starting anything. And that's the implication of paving the way, essentially, I guess. And okay, so here's my theme. Absolutely, she doesn't deserve any hate. That's trifling. That's goofy. But then people are like lobbying like legit critiques of her opinion with like hate. And it's like I said, she wasn't here for the Wonder Girls tour featuring 2PM as the opening act. So like she wasn't here for what I consider the Wonder Girls' biggest impact as far as Hallyu in the US. So yeah. Hey Angela. Hey Ashanti. Hey Aquasha. We're talking about the Sunmi controversy. And it's like weird because like I don't like it was weird because like she really didn't have to bring up BTS, but then like she's not wrong either. Like you can't be wrong. It's not like she said, "Oh, you kiss." Like if you said you kiss, it'd be like sis. Like, but like BTS is a major trailblazer, major mover and shaker in terms of the history of K-pop within the U.S. So and okay, Brit, the thing that's weird to me is like a bunch of fans who were getting like irate that people would say anyone but BTS paved the way. We're literally saying the exact same thing you said. They're like, yeah, previous acts might have done some stuff, but like BTS like finally broke the wall or they like made the really big push. And it's like that literally means like I don't this is a stupid analogy, but it's kind of like when like you're opening a jar or you're opening something and it's really tight and a bunch of people are like kind of trying to open it and then the final person opens it and that's partially due to like the previous people loosening it or whatever. Similar situation, kind of, not really. That's not a good analogy. But yeah, I don't know. But I don't, maybe this is a moment that teaches us hey, if someone gives you a compliment, just say, I never thought of it that way, but thanks, and keep it pushing. Because this is a whole lot of hoopla for a whole lot of nothing. Well, I just don't understand. Like, I don't understand how it's such a big deal. Like, it just does not make sense for me, but I guess. Okay, so here's the logo tee. I literally do not know. I had to mute. Like it was obnoxious. Okay, but here's my confusion. Cause okay, the girl groups the like BTS antis. I feel like antis are really just confused stands, so they're army as well to me. But the BTS antis were getting irate and it's like, okay, whatever. But then also you have to like understand this like some of you weren't there for a huge chunk of the Wonder Girls legacy. So like there are going to be some wonderfuls who are going to feel a type of way about you discrediting the work that they did without you, arguably. And then you have the army who are just getting like super irate that anyone would dare suggest that anyone paved anything before BTS. And it's like, why are you so mad? Like, I don't understand it at all. Daniel, they weren't nominated, they won. Let's remember that. Remember when SNSD won the YouTube Music Award or whatever? Like people were doing things. It's just that they were not the people who were doing things were the biggest within the industry, so they weren't that hungry. And they had yen to make in Japan, so they weren't going to waste time just making impact, like small impact, but impact nonetheless in the US. That used to be like the second gen modus operandi. Hate on the baddest in the room until they now leave the room, and then everyone roots for them. and then we go back to trashing each other. Okay, good night, Sina. I don't know how to say that in German, but like, good night in German. Moist towelette. No problem at all. I'm kind of wanting to do like an actual video on like my theory of the growth, my theory on the growth of like US K-pop fan. Cause like I don't know I don't know if I'm just being entirely too entitled, but it's really annoying when like people who've only ever paid attention to Korean music within South Korea or like as like a mainstream like actual music industry person and haven't actually been a K-pop fan within the US. Like I don't know how to articulate it, but a lot of like industry people aren't actually fans of all of this stuff that they work on. They just do the work, try and get some money, and then keep it pushing. So I feel like they don't actually understand where a lot of things come from. And then that's why they're like blindsided by a BTS or something, because like it's very fan driven. So, but then they fix their mouth to like talk on it like they're experts. And it's like, we're not talking about music composition. We're not talking about production. We're not talking about mixing and mastering. We're talking about how K-pop connects with you as a fan. If you think K-pop is trash and like BTS is like slightly listenable, then you're probably not going to be an expert on how BTS fits within that realm of K-pop because you're already coming in with like a BTS exceptionalist mindset instead of understanding how they fit in this one big current or like this bigger, grander story than any one group, if that makes any sense. Thank you, Justin. Like, I guess this is also like the king discussion or the king discourse, king queen. There isn't just one. There's currently one Queen of England sitting on the throne, but there hasn't been just one Queen of England in the entirety of history. So, yes, Big Bang are kings. Yes, who else? TVXQ are kings. Yes, BTS are kings. Like, they're the newest installment. Like, why are, like, I don't, and people get so irate and so into these arguments, and it's like, you're both right and you're both wrong. Chill. Okay, now that I guess the US at least gets shows, I completely understand why people who live in Korea would like focus and like really go hard for like just one group because it's super expensive. I don't it's funny because people say like Army are unique, but they're actually like they feel the most like traditionally Korean of at least US fandoms. Cause and this is another thing, without US K-pop fandom culture, there probably wouldn't be a BTS because all the XOLs, all the VIPs, all the babies, BAP stands would not have given them a chance the way that they did here in the US from jump because BAP was coming here, but they, of course, got stalled. Big Bang wasn't coming to you at all. EXO was not coming to you at all. So, but BTS was. And as a US K pop fan, if a K pop act was coming to a city near you, you would just go just because to support, show that people listen to K pop, period. Even if you didn't really know the group, and then you would get exposed to BTS and they would endear themselves to you and you would learn more about their music and you would learn more about their personalities and you got to do high touch and all of these different things. which you simply did not get to do with the biggest acts usually in K-pop. Exact. Okay, that's my whole thing. That's why it tickles me when like Army and VIP are like beefing, because it's like you're literally the same thing. Army are just VIP but stronger. And that's basically it. I mean, but it's kind of funny. Wait, what about Hottest? Oh yeah, Hottest did become. Actually, Hottest would probably be like one of the biggest like feed-ins into Army, ironically. Simply because Hottest tended to be JYP Nation stands, and if you were a JYP Nation stan, you dabbled in all the subsidiaries, and like Big Hit wasn't quite a subsidiary, but they're like kind of. So if you're a JYP Nation stan, you just kind of kept eyes on Big Hit for whichever reason. But yeah. Okay. So this is the like rough draft of, I don't, can you see that? Is this too much? I don't, okay. Of the logo team. Brit, exactly. Like you're literally saying the exact same thing. There's nothing new about y'all except y'all are way more self-righteous, which, you know, more power to you, but thank you, Devana. I didn't want to talk out the side of my neck because like I wasn't really that deep into it, but like, and I didn't have, at the time I didn't have the perspective to really compare it to anything, but like literally US I am hottest on the ground, food orders for every single stop, t-shirts, group orders, this, that, everything. And it was like, okay, all right, I guess. I mean, can we talk about the local news? Doing a little segment when BAP came to Dallas. Like, can we talk about it? That's what I mean. Like, a lot of the like groundwork, what's it called? We Are Bulletproof Part 2 Army, who are responsible for building the infrastructure for y'all to now come in and build from that as Army. A lot of them got preliminary training as VIPs, babies, hottest, all of that. So like, this wasn't their first go round. This is like their second or third. So like they actually had some juices flowing as far as what a fandom can do for K-pop in the US. So that's all that is. But yeah, I look really busted right now. So I'm going to say all of this all over again in a video where I look slightly more put together. I don't know if it was the Wonder Girls who were first to chart, but like that's what I mean. Like Wonder Girls explicitly, like yes, we're promoting in the U.S., we're releasing singles, we're going on. So you think you can dance? We're putting in that work. But like even 2PM, who really didn't like, they really didn't do anything stateside. They were ranking in Billboard. Thank you, Lizzie. And then okay, and like I said, and this is what grinds my gears. People only consider like success noteworthy. Hey, Angelica, we're talking about paving the way and that whole discussion. But like my whole thing is people only consider it noteworthy if you're successful, but like you don't get successful. Like the story of success and the beginnings and what leads up to success isn't just success. It's failure. It's cracking your voice. It's missing a step. It's being off beat. It's so many different things. And that's the same thing for a genre. Like, I don't know. It's just weird because like people will say, okay, yeah, like BoA and like TVXQ did themes in Japan. We'll give you Japan, but they didn't do anything stateside. And it's like I said earlier, there was a whole block of prime time US television dedicated to Japanese pop culture that featured BoA songs, that featured 2VXQ songs. And you're saying they had no impact on building Hallyu in the US? Absolutely none. I mean, and I don't know how or particularly in which ways Hitman Bang was involved with the Wonder Girls, but I do know he was involved with the Wonder Girls. So you can't tell me. I mean, just as like a Korean pop person, that you don't pay attention to what Wonder Girls, arguably one of the biggest groups in K-pop, like you can't tell me you weren't paying attention to what was happening with their, US promotions. But then you're like you're very closely associated with the act itself, and you're not gonna apply any of the knowledge you get from there to your own group. Are you dumb? Are you actually dumb? Like, okay, so Kim Sisters, after school on Billboard Dance 100, BoA on album dance charts, Wonder Girls on the Hot 100, 2 p.m. on Billboard World Album Charts, Big Bang on Billboard 200. Okay, so like that's what we mean. We're not saying they did what BTS is doing before BTS did it. Absolutely not. BTS is taking stuff to absolutely new heights at an astronomical rate. But that means there was something there for them to elevate to new heights. That's all people who know what they're talking about are saying. And of course, there are people who just, oh, my bad. Okay, so it's Kahi's old group from the early 2000s. Was that when she was in the YG Family music videos? Okay, forewarning, in case you didn't like deduce already, I'm absolutely going to do a video on BoA's impact. It was supposed to come out this March, but girl, I'm struggling as it is. So, but it's coming. Cause y'all need to put some respect on BoA's name. Like I don't even stand, but literally, for me to hear about some random Korean girl when I was like what, 8 or 7 or something, like she was borderline Utada Hikaru level of like if you're hanging around people who like trace like Dragon Ball Z pictures and stuff, you're gonna hear talk about BoA. I'm not even joking. Okay, this is jumping the gun, but like literally, once I got into K-pop, I started going to the anime club meetings because that was literally the only place you would find K-pop fans. I started going to anime conventions because I got into K-pop, because that's where you would find other people who actually like K-pop. And that's where you could like socialize based on K-pop. That's where you could go and hear a bunch of K-pop being played. So how are you going to tell me someone making it big in Japan to the point where they're regarded as a borderline J-pop icon has no impact on Hallyu in the US? And somehow, between the OGs and BTS, that whole thing has nothing to do with getting us from point A to point C? Excuse me? Like, I don't, and I guess it irritates me because, like, I'm a history person. I don't know like dates specifically, but I really like history. And it really scares me when people just try to rewrite history, because that's usually doesn't mean good things. Lizzie, am I lying, or is that, didn't literally every person, okay, they were watching Inuyasha or whatever, they hear a Boa song, and then they're like, ooh, who's this girl? And then they look her up on freaking, however people were looking stuff up back pre-YouTube days. They look her up, they see she's dancing, she's singing, she's doing all of this. They're like, ooh, we've decided to stand. So then they really dig deep into her, and then they find out that she's from this place called Korea, and it's like, oh, okay. And then they look up her Korean stuff, and then they realize she's from a company in Korea, and they have a whole like roster of other acts, and then voila, they get into K-pop. Like, I'm like, I don't like I if I had free time, maybe I'll do it this summer, but I don't even feel like doing it anymore. Cause like if I had free time, I would have sent out a survey for like when you got into K-pop and how. Cause like the same way you can't deny a bunch of people got into K-pop recently because of BTS. You can't deny a bunch of people got into K-pop 10 years ago, 15 years ago, because of anime, aka BoA and TVXQ. So like, and have they didn't have to have like Korean slash Asian friends to do it, which is a big shift, I feel like, because I feel like first gens, I guess Hallyu, not necessarily in Asia, but I feel like at least stateside, it was very like diaspora based. There were a bunch of K-pop fans in LA or New York or wherever there are like big populations of Korean people, where random non-Korean people would have Korean friends and they would hear them playing HOT or GOD or whomever. Whereas, like I said, after that whole anime explosion, or in the middle of that whole anime explosion, a bunch of like Pokemon was in the gas stations. Even if you didn't have cable, so you didn't see Toonami, you saw Pokemon, Digimon, and Yu-Gi-Oh on like Saturday morning cartoons as a child growing up in the US. So like that was a mainstay of just kid pop culture for my generation. So okay, thank you. I can remember exactly which, I was going to say One Piece, but like I wasn't sure. I didn't know if I was just making that up because like Changmin is a One Piece stan, I believe. But TVXQ did the One Piece opening or something like that. And One Piece is like up there with Naruto, Bleach. Yeah, it's up there with Naruto and Bleach as far as like iconic anime of my generation. Oh wow. Lauren thought Shiny was a J-pop group because the first theme she heard was the Japanese version of Replay on a fan-made anime video. I mean, and then that's the other thing. Like J-pop really could have done some things, but like J-pop is for Japan and Japan only. And Korea is like sampling Tupac. Not even sampling Tupac, it's featuring Tupac from Beyond the Grave, whether he likes it or not. So yeah. I mean, even the whole reaction thing, that's something Korean companies very obviously like rolled with because they don't have to pay you. Heck, they could even collect the money from it and you can promote them to a whole other audience. But yeah, um, I don't know what to do with this logo. Okay, so your girl is supposed to be working out so I can get it right, get it tight for the Chitlin circuit of the NCT tour. It's really the biggest conundrum. It's so weird because, like, Japan literally had, like, empire, like, imperialist, oppressive empire, yet, okay, they're going to Atlanta and Miami, Houston and Dallas. If that's not a Chitlin circuit, what is? Do you want them to go to freaking Mississippi too? Like, it's good. What if someone just came in? What if someone just came into the stream when I was doing that? That would have been great. Chitterlings? Who says chitterlings? That's what I want to know. Yes, the babies did win a Daesung. Like the superior unit that they are, but what's new? Wow, this is ugly. Cool. Great. Awesome. Wonderful. Dude, when all of them graduate, actually, Lunjun and Chunla are going to Wavy or whatever. But, like, when all of them graduate, I'm pissed off that they haven't had not one comeback with a whole lineup change, a whole graduation. I mean, Minyan, I'm not exactly sure if they're going to Wavy, but that's probably what they're gonna do. So yeah. One, two, three. One, two, three. Baby, just don't move. I mean, can we get into how Dream has given us the first NCT gospel song? Can we get into it? Can we? Can we? Can we? I don't even know who's on Stone, to be real. Okay, so I need y'all's opinion because this shirt is for y'all. I'm talking like I'm talking like that light skinned woman who says some of y'all are gonna be mad, but it needs to be said. I will not have you talk about my children in such a manner, Lizzie. Okay, but can y'all see this? I don't. Okay, so tell me if this is what y'all were talking about when you said you would like a logo tee. Cause this is very intimate. Hmm. Oh, that. Okay, cause it's going for to go live. Also, I'm mad that Blackpink took my aesthetic again. And you understand what I'm talking about when the pics from NCT Chitlin Circuit drop. But yeah. Baby, just don't move. Oh. Okay, I don't even know what the guy's name is, but the guy who says muy bien. YG watches my lives. I'm so convinced SM watches my lives. 1, 2, 3. Baby, just don't move. Hey, shawty. I'm so conflicted because like I couldn't get Monster X tickets, and that's all the way in July, and I'm going to get a slightly above minimum wage job once the semester stops. So I'm like, can I just get sick K tickets? Because it's literally only $120. Only. That's how K-pop has me sounding now. Only $120. That's literally a week's wages. No, it's not, but like after taxes and stuff. Gas. That's basically it. Yes! Moist toilet. Moist toilet. Moist towelette. That's exactly what I was actually thinking of, but I wasn't sure how many people have actually seen it, but every single time I look down, it's like this is just like, 안녕하세요. 네. Okay, but isn't it true? That was literally what every single K-pop fan sounded like their first like 2 days. From like 2010 to 2013. That's what we all sounded like. If you say you'd never had a moment where you were like that in like some random Korean restaurant, you're lying. Unless you lived in like Appalachia or something. So you didn't have any Korean restaurants to go to. I cannot stand him. I really can't. Baby, just don't move. Hey, shawty. Hey, shawty. Oh, you came in with the finger hearts. I think even this was kind of old by the. No, we hadn't even gotten to this yet. There was a lot of. Devana, help me. I don't know. I don't. I was actually. Okay. So I'm just putting this out there so people know I'm not jacking anyone's swag because I take so long to like from conception of an idea to execution. It probably seems like I'm jacking other people's steez, but I'm not. Yeah, like we were like Kiyomi was like some new. Like that was some new for me. So like I've seen the whole gamut. I don't even remember what it was that I don't know. What it really was for us was trying to like get a fake social security number so you could make a side world. Took it way back. Took it way back. If you know, you know. I don't know. I feel like the closest to like a like Egyo trend we had was the Bo Peep choreography. Like that was the closest to like, oh, Egyo challenge. Why don't you do this? Nah. But I'm putting it out there just so everyone knows blacknetizen has been on and you've been gone. And I'm not jacking anyone's swag. Vintage Korea Boo makeup tutorial coming sometime this year. Probably later in the year to commemorate my 10 years as a Korea Boo. I had never realized how much Aegyo stuff I've witnessed. Like, I didn't really pay attention. But, like, Kiyomi's the oldest, but, like, I remember it was, like, new. It was like, oh my gosh, EXO, have you seen Tao doing Kiyomi? Don't ask me what that voice is. I really don't know, but, like, nah. Does anyone else have the issue of like where your brain sometimes turns into like a Vine mode? So like if you remember a funny thing, it just keeps replaying and replaying and replaying. That's what's happening to me right now with that, guys. 안녕하세요. 네. 대박. I feel like the debak part is what sends me because like that was so I feel like people now don't understand how hard that hit for Korea Boo's like back in 2010, 2011. You couldn't tell anyone anything when they hit debak. Who remembers who remembers in the Wonder Girls movie when the one girl said off the debak, or was it the black guy? I don't know. Someone said off the debak and it was like, y'all are really doing entirely too much. It's not even kind of that serious, but you got it, Chief. You got it. I need to stop saying that. It's not funny, but like, you know what? I do have a Korea Boo video coming on. It's kind of in the K101. Oh, spoiler alert. We're actually getting some videos this weekend. Remember when they asked random people on the street about K-pop and one girl called Jejung Jojang? I actually haven't heard anything about C-pop, but yeah. I'm the biggest hit. I'm the biggest hit. Motu da shh. It tastes like a cherry bomb. Shit get more like a kimina. Eat me love on the dinner again. No, no, no. It's a miss. Singing all of it. I'm the biggest. I'm the biggest on this stage. I'm the biggest. I'm the biggest. If you're happy and you know it, your hands, yo. If you have me and you know I got me. I haven't really watched any or like listened to any new comebacks really. I need to look up what Tao is getting up to because I love Tao. And I'm sure Tao loves me. I'm wildin', but when am I not? When am I not? I don't. Yes, Steph, live the your name life. Which your what? I don't know what that is, but I know exactly what that is at the same time. Okay, my whole thing is why is Wavy in Korea? You're the China unit. Be in China. If you're not in China, go to Germany. Oh my gosh, which three are you going to, Akasha? Send Wavy to Germany! SM intern, that's the main takeaway from this live. Send Wavy to Germany. I don't know. And SM was talking about some white folk stuff, and I was just like, girl. I'm the biggest. I'm the biggest. Nothing but love. Come take a sip of this cup. It tastes like a cherry bomb. Lose yourself and just let it go. Follow me, who need control. Which iHeart thing? Oh yeah, NCT is going to perform at like some like random Summer Smash thing in like San Diego. I was contemplating going because like the tickets are there, but it's like the only other person whose name I could recognize. Oh, there were two. There was Halsey, but like I'm not going anywhere for Halsey. No offense to Halsey, I'm just not going anywhere for Halsey. And then there was BB Rexa. Everyone else. So, and again, it's only like it was under 250, I think. So it's not that expensive, but like at the same time it's just like it's not that deep. But it kind of is cuz it's NCT, but I need to listen to Eyes One. Oh, that's a good question, Asana. I'll look into that. What's the rumor going round? Follow me, who needs control? I'm just, why didn't NCT do the Summer Smash whatever in 2017 or whatever to launch their Summer 127 fan meet tour? Like what? Also, how did those IG models work out for you, SM? Oh, I see that they didn't. Great, awesome, cool. I nothing but love. Come take a sip of this cup. It's really funny because like I've gone all out for like K-pop acts. I'm like Chicago, let's do it. Atlanta, Dallas, wherever, LA, let's do it. Then like looking at Coachella, theoretically I should be willing to do it because like a bunch of acts that I love are going to perform, but I'm always just like. You know what? You know what? I'm kind of mad I didn't just like drop out and go to a bunch of concerts and then resume school. Cause I feel like I would have been a lot more fulfilled. Cause what exactly did I really do with that semester that I didn't go to see FX for their one concert? Oh, thank you, Asana. We talk so much smack. It's a little like releasing it. So it's always nice to hear that other people like what you put out. I'm the biggest hit. I'm the biggest hit. Nothing but love. Come take a sip of this cup. I feel like a lot of themes will happen if they sing the English version in Atlanta with a bunch of probably already tipsy people like me. Let's put it that way. I feel like a lot is going to happen and it's really just not going to make any sense. Or it will make sense, but it's not going to be what they expected. I feel like the Chitlin circuit shows and the US shows in general are just going to be a very different from the Korea and Japan shows. I don't know. I don't know. Can they not do? Oh no! Mark already has like. Mark really does have an English version of the chorus, at least. Hot, hot mess. Okay. All right. Let's do it. What? Wait. Okay. So like, so like, he truly does, Lizzie. Coming home early morning. Phone call. Olowa, girl, long ass ride. Suchima, Han Chan, yeah, bright all night. What? Um, I mean, just pray for what's it called? GA. I keep wanting to go to KCON because it's like cool, but then it's way too expensive. So the only way I see myself going is if I get invited or something, which ideally I would like to be on a diversity in K-pop. Uh, what's it called? Old K, not old like 35 plus, but like second gen K-pop fans, panels, mental health stuff, like body image in K-pop, because I actually have a very interesting perspective. I'm not sure if it would fit. Like, would a video about me, I guess a get ready with me would work, kind of. Cause a K-pop get ready with me, cause like I have, not particularly interesting, but somewhat interesting story of how K-pop played into my self-image journey. Ah, my tongue is disgusting. Anyway, okay, so we have the logo. Um, if you want to get ahead of the game, what do you mean by darker meanings, Angelica? Phone call. Aloha, girl, ride, downtown, yeah, bright all night. Better get, try to me. Whip, whiplash. Ooh, it would look cute as a mug. Dripping love. Dripping love, dripping, dripping, and then the top, tippy, top. I just imagine some like super epic, like DBSK shiny, like concert, stadium, dome, something or other performance of Drippin'. That would be lit. Game. Tap, tippy, top. Oh, la. Dripping love. Do. Exactly. Yay. I'm just I just need them to be promoted like the successors of Shiny that they are, is what I need, honestly. And I need the NCT gospel album. Haechan's vocals, period, like, and that's really on period. Dripping love. What if we spent the rest of the live with me just attempting to hit that? I'm obnoxious sometimes. I'm not joking. Like, I was kind of like coming to terms with like, cool, I'm seeing NCT in a month. And then I like really realized I'm going to see Lee Dong Kyuk live in living color, and now I'm hype all over again. And you really can't tell me anything. And yeah, yeah. So, a poodoo was named after Haechan. Future so bright, I gotta wear shades. That is crooked. Like, that's real life crooked. Dripping love. Dripping dripping love. Tap, tippy, top. I don't think I've seen SF9 lately. Or I don't know if it was a recent comeback though. Game. Oh, great. Awesome. Okay, you know what? You know what? You know what? We're going live. Oh, that's not quite it. Sure. Sorry, that was really weird. Weird. I honestly, I get XOL's grievances, but at the same time, I'm just like, I I mean, Jungdae is my least favorite like main vocal in EXO to begin with, and then he's the wrong kind of roots enthusiast. So that's that on that. As far as that is concerned, unfortunately. Drip in the hub. Drip in love, love, dripping, dripping love, love. Tap, tap, tippy, tippy, tap, tap. Okay. So this is the other super genius design that I know everyone's just gonna jack from me. So I really need to. This is top secret stuff. Consider yourself privileged. Ah! Wait, which one is diamond here? Okay. Okay. So I don't know if you can see that. My main struggle is with the font. I don't know if, like, how do y'all feel about that design? First of all, could we see that design? Drippin' love, love, drippin', drippin' love, love. Tap, tap, tippy, tippy, top, top. Aquasha, you're getting blocked. Okay. I don't, can we see it now? I don't know, can we? Can we? Fluff thoughts, that's the concept, but like I can't, like I have a font in my head, but I can't quite find it. So I'm like, I don't know, I feel like I'm right on the cusp of it. But the font, I don't know, I guess that's my main theme. Like, what are our thoughts on the font? I'm gonna keep it real with you, Chief. I don't remember what shootout sounds like, so do like Taeyong and support black businesses. Wait, did you forget a zero or I almost it almost feels like Blackpink isn't really coming yet, which is weird. Like it feels like we know that they're coming, but like we're not exactly sure. solitaire. Boom, boom. And pink lotion. Where does pink lotion fit into that? I'm so confused. I'm not going to get copyright infringement strikes on me. Because that's not even just like NCT or SM trademark or whatever. It's also at Hot Topic on like official merch there. So we're staying away from logos here. Really, ideally, I would like to put like that like elementary school yearbook photo of Mark, but that's weird. So alligator. Alligator. Oh, alligator. Oh, Quasha, you're getting blocked. I really can't stand you. They literally just have the album art on t-shirts. I would give everyone cornbread first off. Question: does anyone like make cornbread outside of a skillet on purpose? Like you could have made it in a skillet, but you make it not in a skillet because you prefer it not in a skillet. Not because like you don't feel like getting out a skillet and like exactly. I can kind of only eat greens with cornbread for some reason. Oxtail, I need to go. There's like this one Caribbean. I'm pretty sure it's Jamaican, but there's this one Caribbean spot around where I live. Well, it's not really around here, but it's close enough. And I haven't been in so long, and it just hurts my feelings. It really does. Alligator. Old school cable. I feel like current K-pop songs are like actually good, as mean as that sounds, but we're dealing with facts here. We're dealing with facts. Bert, old K-pop songs feel really good, I think. Don't wanna be lonely. Wanna just fall in love. Guess I don't care. I need to know you. I'm get fall in love. We am get fall in love. Come into my heart. Oh, Asana, that was what the whole like first hour and a half of the live stream was. But long story short, I feel like she's 100% entitled to her opinion and her opinion's entirely valid, but then she was kind of a little bit propagating. She wasn't really propagating falsehoods. It was just a difference of opinion. But like there were certain facts that were just like facts. Like K-pop started getting some sort of US media whatever before BTS. Oh, 미쳤나 봐요. 우리 함께 fall in love. 우리 함께 fall in love. Over here it is 12:15. You know what's wild? Thinking of I Love You, first gen K-pop stands would just abuse second gen K-pop. I'm like, I didn't, no one really cared. So it's interesting. It's definitely interesting. Corina Bold. Ooh, Luminous Lilith. I mean, at the same time, I believe they're continuing to pave the way and taking the way to absolutely new heights. So that's why I say her opinion isn't wrong or invalid. It's just different. What is this? What is going on? What is happening? Let us go. I love you. I have heard of the boys. I follow a stan or two. Okay, do we want to get into Big Bang or are we good on that? Hey T, I don't know if that's like I believe, I believe, I believe, I believe, oh girl. Like I said before, if Benzino is coming to a city near you, absolutely go. Am I trifling for wanting to go to the Sick concert just to see what happens since he thinks his fan base can catch him? Oh, they did. I haven't listened to them yet, so like I said, I'm not really going to react or anything until dang, that's basically until after the tour. So whoa, so whoa. Yep. Big Bang is like Asana's Michael Jackson. That's heavy. I mean, I just no offense, but like who in 2019 was standing Sungri? That's what I want to know. And like even if you made that mistake, I can forgive it. But if you're continuing to like stand, ride, campaign for him after everything that's coming out or that's come out, you need to evaluate your life choices. I want to see what happens. Like I would half be there for the music, half be there for the shenanigans. I mean, like I said before, I've never liked Sungri. I just did. He did it. My spirit didn't take to him, but I left it at that. Now all of this stuff, and it's like he's confirming all of my worst. Like he's not even confirming my worst suspicions, because like even as much as I didn't like him, I assumed he like would dabble in like normal, regular, straight dude shenanigans slash crimes. But like he even exceeded that. And it's like, I don't even like you, but I want better for you. Like I still expected a certain like base level of decency from you, and you're even disappointing that. And it's like, I as much as I like being right, this is the one situation I absolutely hate being like so right about. Asana, I know this is really messed up, but like I never listen for Sungri when I listen to Big Bang songs, so like I'm unaffected. Like like I don't I guess that's why it's hard for me to like sympathize with like Sungri stans, cuz like in my opinion, Big Bang's discography just gets that much better when you delete Sungri from it. So like I don't know what you're holding out for, but okay, but like this song is like on probation for a lot of people because like he ran over, hit I don't know what a guy who was possibly already dead, but like I don't know. There's a lot of stuff to talk about with Big Bang, but I feel like Sungri's stuff is just like it's so multi-layered. But then this is kind of random tangent. It's not really directly related to Sungri. I don't like this, and I get why like U.S. or like Western media does it to where it's like K-pop sex scandal or whatever. It makes it sound like he was having an orgy on top of like Namsan Tower or something. That's not what was happening. Like, this is like humongous abuse of power by powerful men. In a country where the pop culture industry is that robust, powerful men will include men involved in the entertainment industry. That's a given. But like, and it could possibly involve some idols, and it did involve some idols. That's a given. But like, I feel like reducing it to like a K-pop, whatever, is like almost sensationalizing it to the point where it's trivialized and it's just like it's a K-pop scandal. Oh, kind of like when I don't know. It's almost like putting it in the same category as like what's it called? Momoland laughing at BTS or something. Like that's you can call that a scandal or whatever. You can call that a controversy or like what's it called? Hyolyn wearing like denim thongs or whatever to perform. Okay, you can call that whatever. This is like human rights violations, and not just human rights violations, but like systematic, very well thought out and planned out. So many logistics are involved in what these people are being accused of doing. And it's not like it was just like it isn't just a K-pop theme. It's a lot of people throughout Korean, I guess, upper echelons. So my hope is that it doesn't just stop at the guy with the ponytail and then Sunmi. I'm hoping it continues up. I totally get that whole like overcompensating for adding essentially nothing to the group, which I mean that's my personal opinion. I don't feel like he added much musically or like choreo wise, but he's definitely a personality. Like he's not some you won't forget that he was in a theme if he was there. Like he leaves a presence. So like that is valuable in and of itself as an entertainer. So I won't knock him for that. Yeah, Top and GD, like my whole theme is you can critique them. I feel like that's like a matter of like what you care about and what you value. If you're like really like not with the drugs theme, I understand that if you don't want to stand someone who's allegedly doing that kind of stuff, that's absolutely valid. Equating that to like human trafficking, one, the coke is going in this nose, wrecking this heart, and then that's it. Like that's it. And then the people who are like, oh, Big Bang must have known, so they're guilty too. And it's like, girl, I don't know if it's just because I'm Nigerian, but like, you can know or you can notice that like certain people move shiesty and like be convicted like 200% in your heart that that person is moving shiesty. The details of their shiestiness, this you remove yourself as far as possible so you don't even have the opportunity of getting to know the specifics of their shiestiness. So if anyone rolls up and asks what you know about this, you say everything you know. You can be 100% honest and you're not disclosing anything because you noticed that they were moving shiesty and you just kept yourself over here, said hi, said bye, and kept it pushing. So, and if you notice, a lot of people were connected to YG. Sunmi isn't the only person who has been at YG a long time. GD was basically born in YG. And some way, somehow, with all the stuff allegedly does. He's not caught up in this because, like, you don't just accidentally fall into human trafficking conversations. So, my personal theory is that, yeah, a bunch of people at YG allegedly moved kind of shisty, and like everyone else in Big Bang picked up on it, but they understood, okay, that's one of them uncles. I don't know what he does. I don't want to know what he does because he moves kind of funny. So I'll say hi, I'll say bye, I'll take my birthday money and I'll keep it pushing. Cause I'm just trying to have a good time. And that's it. So I feel like it's 200% plausible that they could pick up on like people being funny without knowing the specifics. Because even if you get into like the specifics, if the people that they're doing those operations with are running the police, who exactly are you going to report it to? And if you report it, what are the repercussions when you're reporting the alleged criminals to themselves? Like I'm just like, what exactly would you have wanted them to do? Hey, I know this uncle who basically helped found this company that's given me this great life that I have right now is like moving weird. You should probably monitor him. I don't know exactly what he does, but I know he's up to some stuff. You can't really report someone for just being weird. I mean, there are definitely armies who are in their who are on their high horse about it, but like facts are facts. So like I mean, it probably will. Like, if we're lucky, they'll actually like punish Sunmi. If we're lucky, realistically speaking. But there's only room for one sheriff in this town, Asana. That's the real B2K. Boom 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 어떻게는 살아가고 있는지 사랑하는 사람은 말해줘요. Okay, Justin, that whole blurring out his face thing is like, can we blur YG out then? Cause like, 어디가요? Hello, oh, hello, hello. 잠시 얘기할래요. Oh. Who knows? I'll take it. So energy, energy. Lead up to you, yeah. I love Hello so much. I know a lot of people don't, but like, whatever. Okay. One more thing. I'll take her, yo. Hello. Oh. Hello. Hello. 적시 얘기할래요. Goody. That's exactly what I mean, Asana. Like, I feel like Sunmi saw, I don't know if anyone else can relate, but like, you know, those family members, you know, they're moving shiesty, but they're family, so you can't just like not talk to them at all, but you keep it real cordial and you just keep it pushing. Hi, bye at Thanksgiving. You have a new Lamborghini, but I still don't know where you work. I don't know where you've worked for the past 10 years. That's fine. Cool. Good luck to you. I'm gonna keep it pushing. Sungri is that one kid who like snuggled up to that one uncle and just he wanted to be part of that life. And here he is. I mean, I feel like with Blackpink, people like what they like anyway, so it's just like whatever. Okay, so this is one of my another one, excuse me, of my really, really genius original designs. And you got an exclusive sneak peek at it. Yeah, like I feel like their comeback's gonna do well. It's sad that something like this had to happen for like YG to be like, hey, Blackpink should have a comeback. They should have had a comeback anyway. Stupid. Anyway, so yeah, another one of my genius designs. Prepare yourselves. I don't know if you can see that even. Okay, you can't. You can. You can't. It's seeming. Lilith, they are not selling. I mean, I don't know if they are or they aren't, but like it doesn't have, maybe it's because I don't follow enough blinks, but like it doesn't seem like they're even on sale yet. If that makes sense. Like every time I go on like AXS or something and I'm like looking for either NCT or Monster X tickets, it's like Blackpink tickets, and I'm like, oh, didn't realize that was happening right now. So, I mean, but NCT's tickets aren't selling well either. Let me not come off as a hater. Yeah, so their New York show sold out. So, like, that's what I mean. Like, it's not. that they aren't doing well. I guess it's just that the hype threshold that we now have for this generation is like, if you don't sell out in 10 minutes, did you even sell? Kind of. So it's like, I guess the hype for their tour isn't what a lot of people expected it would be. But yeah. Okay, so this, I'm gonna show the design again, kind of. I don't know. It looked like it flipped it. But this is one that I'm redesigning because I found better fonts. Honestly, I have no idea why everyone decided to tour end of spring slash beginning of, like, mid to late. Like, I don't get why spring was like, ooh, when they have exams and exams, that's the one. When the final installment on the payment plan is due, that's the time to, yeah. Okay. I feel like Lisa can dance, but like the stuff she's put out so far isn't really that impressive, if that makes sense. Like I feel like she has the potential to show out, but she hasn't really shown out yet. Okay, I need just one more opinion. I'm going to, I hate Akasha so much. I'm going to redo this design with like more legible fonts, if that makes sense, but the same concept. So I need to know if anyone cares for it. Oh my gosh, how? Oh, is this making any sense? Okay, I think it's flipped, so you really can't see it. T, that's what I'm talking about. Big three doesn't understand how to get fed in this new economy. There's no reason, NCT especially, because like they had, yeah, they basically had one of the biggest impact songs of 2016 as far as K-pop in the US is concerned. So off that alone, they should have been doing a showcase. But then they also debuted 127 and it was still only 7 members. So they could have very easily sent 127 plus 10 over for a showcase tour just to show us a little something. And then gone back to Korea, dropped Limitless and My First and Last. That's what normal people do. But they should have gone in 2016, in between Fire Truck and Limitless. I mean, but it's literally the same thing with like EXO and BTS, all these other people, and like, I guess EXO is a really good example. But like, BTS didn't wait until they could fill Verizon Theater to go on tour. They didn't do Verizon Theater until the Red Bullet. but they had like one or two tours before the Red Bullet. And like the theme that's really wild with NCT is like they're very niche. They're very like they very much have an indie sort of appeal to them. But like SM is still acting like they're EXO when like none of the other factors are giving us EXO. When really EXO should have been out here a lot earlier and a lot heavier. Okay, it's almost 1 a.m. So I gotta go. But verdict on the K-pop asterisk, it's not that deep design. Design. Okay. If at least 3 people think it's decent, it will be up. If cool. What? Absolutely stream Minho's song. I haven't been able to listen to it yet, but yeah. Um, so spoiler, the t-shirts are on Teespring. I don't know. I don't know how you can search for them on Teespring, but they on Teespring. Mm. So this is a hot mess. Cool. Um, okay, this is an older design I did of the Proud Parent one. I don't know if y'all would prefer like this sort of like collegiate font or what. But I'll show you this one too. Oh, this is so annoying. So there's like that. Or that other one I was showing earlier. Oh. Okay, so you prefer the like more whatever this is called. With the I'm going to Atlanta and Houston. Don't ask me why I did that. That was weird. That was really weird. But I am going to Atlanta and Houston, and I'm absolutely ecstatic. Okay, so for this one, okay, so for this design, this block lettering for the name, like this whole design, would y'all be cool with that being the. Why is my texture acting up? Would y'all be cool with like that whole design, or do you have suggestions for like what you would be more enthusiastic about? And I was stupid and didn't yeah, I don't know what's happening here. But the store is called Netizen Threads with the Z, Jazzy. And it looks a hot mess right now. Bert, I have the logo stuff. I have the like collegiate stamp of proud parent of G-Sling Pork. It have the old K-pop. It's not that deep design. I'm saying an old design. It's gonna be the same thing. It's just that the K is going to look more capitalized. I'm laugh about it. But yeah, those will be going live tomorrow slash later today. And then the big 3 videos coming this weekend! In normal human being speak, that means the big 3 video is coming this weekend. So for once, there will actually be new blacknetizen content that isn't just me ranting in the middle of the night. SAR. Yeah. Okay, you're going to Miami. I wish I could go to Chicago. I wanted to go to Chicago so bad, but it's on a Tuesday, and it's like a Tuesday. Like, are you okay? Like, is everything all right at home? Like, I feel kind of bad because I'm going to Atlanta and I'm like really active in all of the like group chats because like I need to know what's going on. I need to know when to line up. I need to have some sort of rapport so I don't get jumped or whatever. And like some people actually like recognize me, which was weird. But then like people were talking about like, oh, let's meet up at the mall before we go. And it's like, this is general admission, sis. This is general admission. I'm not doing no meetups. Absolutely not. I am not JRE. But even with JRE, people are like, oh my gosh, why did he just skip the line? And it's like, well, like 50,000 of y'all wanted to meet up before the concert, so. But I'm absolutely not doing any of that. Not doing any of that. We will not be meeting up before that later. If you want to go out for some Korean barbecue or whatever, let's do it. If you want to take pictures, heck, let's do a collab video after the show. After. I'm not doing anything except getting in that line and getting barricade. Period. Like I did not pay $300 to be pressed up against like five different people who haven't showered in like 12 hours. That's not I really could have just paid 150 if I wanted to do that. So this one right here is getting barricade. This one right here is staying in line. So absolutely no meetups. But Houston, at me, at blacknetizen. Let's chit chat it up. Because I have my ticket for my seat. And that's that on that. And it's not even a resale. So I don't even have to worry about, like, oh, I hope they didn't use it and now I don't have it. No, I got it straight from Ticketmaster. We're good. If you want to meet up, all of that beforehand, want to do some, I don't even know what's in Sugarland really. I haven't been there in forever. But like, want to do a little whatever, heck, we can meet up in like K-Town in Houston and then go to Sugarland. I don't care. But Atlanta is serious business. I got I got P1 general admission for Atlanta. So pray for me. So, yeah. But yeah, I'm going to log off for the night so that I can finish editing and thumbnails and stuff. And at least these three tops will be available. I'm I'm just lucky I'm big, as weird as that sounds. But yeah. Otherwise, I would be in a pickle. Cause then you're in the conflict of should I wear platform shoes? What shoes should I wear? I want to see the stage, but I also want to have as much ankle stability as possible. So yeah. 5'4" isn't that, I guess you would have to you would have to contemplate wearing shoes. I'm wearing boots because I just really wish I would come up. I need to work on my ankle stability though, because like I'm kind of like, and that's really not the environment for that. So, okay, so they're Hanes tagless tees. Okay. Oh, your girl's a little stupid. That's fine. That's cool. Whatever. Mr. Hotshot. Okay, forewarning to anyone who hasn't been to a general admission show. And if my memory serves me correctly, no matter how close you think you are before the show starts, as soon as the lights dim and the first like proper sound alluding to that your act actually about to go for a come on stage, you're just going to condense even more. Just to let you know. So just be prepared. Getting ready, getting ready, getting ready. Okay, so the Proud K-pop Parent t-shirt is a line. So obviously we already have Jisung Park, we already have Mark Lee, we already have Lee Dong Kyuk. If you have any other children you're very, very proud of within the K-pop community, let me know. But tentatively, I'm making a Stray Kids. I'm basically gonna make a Proud Parent tee for every single like group that seems entirely too young to me. Nice skirt. Put in work. Okay. Wow. Oh right. We almost have a little yeah, we almost have a little merch shop here. Okay. So this is what it's looking like for now. I'm not sure if you could see any of that. Bird. That's that. So expect that to drop tomorrow. If you didn't get those Monster X tickets, You can get some blacknetizen shirts. That's so trifling. That's so trifling. Bert. Anyway. Okay. But good night, y'all. Toodles. And if you're not following me on Twitter, okay. Alright. Whatever. Toodles. Do some of y'all like use Instagram way more than Twitter? Cause like I feel like I should use Instagram, but like I'm really not that great at pictures. I like how my hair looks like a TWA. Like I don't know why, but it does. Like it really does. I prefer Twitter too. I guess it's cuz I'm a smart aleck. I'm not a smart aleck, but I guess it's because I like hiding behind my words. And I never practiced taking pictures, so now I'm like really deficient in that department of life. But I'll try to post something on Instagram. Do you have those people like you find on Twitter? Somehow, like, there's a picture that keeps going around, and like people are like, "What's their at? What's their at?" And then you find their at, and like you're about to follow them on Twitter, and then you just look for them on Instagram because like I literally just want to look at you for the most part, not put and don't care to know what you ate without seeing it. But yeah, bye.